Hi, thanks for joining this video. Today, I review the JBL Go 4. Let's begin. This is among the most compact speakers you'll find, and its quality is truly excellent. It costs 1,099 Mexican pesos. You can see the reference price in dollars on the screen just to give you an idea, since prices differ. As one of the company's most compact speakers, it's also one of the cheapest options. Join me to explore it step by step. Let's begin by discussing its design, as it is undoubtedly one of its key strengths. For those seeking a highly compact speaker that can be transported with great ease, it measures 7.57 centimeters in height, 940, 3 centimeters in width, and 4.22 centimeters in depth. Weighing just 190 grams, which is something I truly appreciated, it feels extremely lightweight. So, if you decide to take it off and carry it in your backpack or similar, it won't significantly add to the weight you have to carry. The materials include a post-consumer recycled plastic exterior and recycled fabric for the speaker grill with rubberized areas for grip. This speaker, no matter how you place it on a table, offers good grip and firmness along with excellent sound. It's also IP67 rated. The device resists water and dust, so don't worry if it falls into water. And I really like it because it doesn't have a cover for the USB-C port, yet it still maintains this resistance. This gives us excellent versatility in this particular aspect. On the front, you'll notice the brand logo, which features some orange highlights. Additionally, on the side, just above the USB-C port, you'll find the model name clearly displayed. Finally, on the back, where there are some rubber bands providing an easy grip, we also notice some regulatory information and additional details, but they are well concealed. It's subtle so that you don't notice any bad design or anything similar to that. It feels really nice to the touch. And something else that I really appreciate is that it comes along with this small tape that it is already set up for transportation and you can take it off. However, I think it looks like a horn. Quite compact, it is not so necessary to remove it or anything like that. On the left side, we see that there is a LED indicator of the status of the speaker, along with some buttons that I will tell you below. But first, let me tell you the variety of colors adds to its appeal. I own it in blue, but it's also available in black, red, pink, purple, and also a camouflage option, although its availability may vary in different regions, but as you can see, it is a really nice speaker, really very nice indeed. When it comes to the controls, we will notice on the left side a slightly recessed area that feels really nice to the touch. In this area, there are 3 completely physical buttons. Although these buttons are not individually separated, you will need to press them to activate each one. First we have the power button, then the Bluetooth linking button, and finally the AuraCast button, which is related to a connectivity feature that I will explain to you later on. I must say I truly appreciate the soft and pleasant touch of this area. At the top there are additional buttons designed with embossing, making them easier to identify by touch. The volume down button functions exactly as its name indicates. It lowers the volume. If you press and hold it, it will continue to decrease the volume, but at a faster rate. Conversely, the volume up button operates in the opposite manner, increasing the volume when pressed, and if held, it will raise the volume more rapidly. And finally, in the center, we see the play button. With 1 touch, it plays or pauses. With 2 touches, it skips to the next, and with 3 touches, it goes to the previous track. In this sense, I believe there isn't much more we could ask for additionally. Within the options of the speaker controls, it should be noted that it does not come with a microphone. Therefore, you cannot call a voice assistant or answer calls directly from the speaker. In your application, you will notice that it provides us with a preview of the speaker, which is already quite nice and convenient. Additionally, it allows us to check the battery status, which is very useful. Over here, we also have access to the equalizer. It includes some presets, as you might notice, or alternatively, you can access a custom mode where you will discover a 5-band equalizer. While you can't adjust too many specific details, it offers enough options to ensure a good listening experience. Anyway, the speaker already produces a high-quality sound from the JBL signature mode. However, it's always nice to have the chance to enhance or personalize the audio to your preference. Additionally, there's the Playtime Boost mode, which provides a power-saving option. I'll explain this in more detail shortly. Moreover, we also have the option to quickly pair 2 speakers together to create a stereo mode. Then we will locate the essential product information. You have the ability to receive updates, and that's essentially it. Honestly, through the app, there aren't a lot of options available. An enhancement could be to incorporate a timer, which is present in some other speakers, for an automatic shut-off feature, but truthfully, there isn't much more to add here either. The JBL application is quite comprehensive because it also includes a mode to create a party atmosphere where you can add various speakers from if you were to choose to use the same manufacturer, then in that particular sense, you would indeed be able to enjoy a premium experience. Now, let's dive into the topic of sound quality, because in this regard, I truly believe it is going to stand out significantly, which is something you would expect from a JBL speaker. You will notice a strong presence of bass frequencies, even though its frequency response is from 90 Hz to 20 kHz. And therefore, as you can observe, the bass range isn't entirely covered, yet in practical scenarios, it sounds much better than you might anticipate based on the specifications alone. The bass is quite present and has a power of 4.2 watts. Its transducer measures 45 millimeters or 1.75 inches depending on your preference, providing ample space for strong bass frequencies. The vibration in your hand from the powerful bass also reflects the audio quality it can deliver. The treble is clear and precise, yet it manages to avoid being too dominant or overwhelming. And the mid-frequencies do not become annoying, even at the highest volumes, where we will not find distortion or anything like that. So the speaker, in terms of sound quality, does not disappoint at all. It is what you would expect from a JBL speaker. In addition, I already showed you a moment ago that you have an equalizer in case you want to adapt the sound, although with the default equalization, it already sounds pretty good. But what are your thoughts on us listening to a few tests instead? Keep in mind, though, that it won't be quite the same as hearing it live and in person. Now let's talk about the battery life. The manufacturer promises up to 7 hours of battery life at intermediate volumes, not at maximum volume, but this is a reference figure. You know that this can always vary because battery life depends on your day-to-day life. But the interesting thing here is that not only does it have a good autonomy considering it is a compact speaker, but it also includes a playtime boost mode. This mode will give you an extra 2 hours. If battery life is your priority, enable this mode to extend battery time, which is excellent. It's similar to a battery saver mode, but for speakers, a feature not common in many brands is a highlight of this JBL speaker. Note that when you activate playtime boost mode, bass frequencies will be clipped. It's almost as if you're applying a kind of filter to it. And by cutting all these low frequencies, you end up losing a lot of the presence of these frequencies. However, you do extend the battery life significantly. This is why I appreciate that it's an option you can completely turn on or off according to your preference. Where I believe there could be some improvement, especially considering it's a speaker from a well-known brand, is in the charging times. It takes about 3 hours to fully charge through this USB-C port located right over here. I believe that if they added a fast charging feature to it, it would create a much more pleasant experience. Also consider that in this particular case, the USB-C port is only designed to receive energy. It cannot work as a power bank to supply power to your cell phone if you run out of battery, which is a feature we can observe in some other speakers, although they are generally larger in size. In compact speakers, this option is typically absent. Let's discuss connectivity. It includes Bluetooth 5.3 with multi-point connection for various devices. However, something that even more pleasing is the fact that you can pair two speakers of this same model to create a stereo experience. Alternatively, you could also connect multiple Auracast compatible speakers, allowing them all to play the same song simultaneously. That's precisely what the Auracast button, which I mentioned a moment ago, is designed for. It offers the latest in connectivity technologies. In this context, although it's considered a budget speaker from this brand, it truly possesses a high-end feeling. This is primarily because it effectively incorporates the latest technologies indeed. It includes Google Fast Pair. When the speaker is on and in pairing mode, an Android phone like a Galaxy shows a dialog to start pairing, no manual device browsing needed. They'll also provide the premium experience you'd expect from this brand speaker. So well, for the moment, this has been all regarding this tiny speaker. I hope you like this video. If you did, you know you can tell us, and we'll see you next time.